from the Stone Ages, where humanity has fought for survival against the elements of nature, and to to modern civilization and advanced medicine, we're all surrounded by systems that govern us. And healthcare is a system that that affects us all. And understanding multiple systems of healthcare can show some insight into the structure that society has built in today. Through research and analysis on reputable resources, through research and analysis I've gained through research and analysis on reputable resources, I've gathered insight to present an overview for the healthcare systems around the world. The healthcare system is an incredibly important system that its structure is something that we must be educated on. And today I'd like to talk about the beverage model and the Bismarck model and the national health insurance model. We'll start by talking about the beverage model. The beverage model is mainly funded by direct income from tax deductibles. And according to the Sage Encyclopedia of Economics and Study in 2015 by Joao Carlos Graca, the beverage model ensures universal basic protections more or less equal for all members of the citizenry, regardless of any contributions, and therefore relies mostly on financial support via taxation. In this model, most clinics and hospitals are owned by governments, and some of the few that are owned by the private, they're managed by the government to oversee them. And some of the countries that implement this system would include the Great Britain, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Cuba, and New Zealand. Countries using this model allows services to be more affordable and cheaper. According to the Sage Encyclopedia of LGBTQ Studies in 2016 by Elsie Allen, this is because the model is successful at controlling the both supply and the demand. This allows for the price to not skyrocket when demand is high and the drugs, meaning the medications, are rare. But the model discourages choices for the patients and customer care, and this is due to the fact that budget is limited because the government is the only one funding the entire project. According to Vander Z and Kronman in an BMC Healthcare Service research article, a major weakness of the NHS is the risk for underfunding. Now that we've talked about the beverage model, we're gonna talk about the Bismarck model. The Bismarck model aims for a mandatory premium funding from the employers and the employees. According to the K.A. Larman in the Encyclopedia of Age of Industry and Empire, the Bismarck model was named after Otto Edward Leopold von Bismarck, and he inspired other nations to also implement their own healthcare systems. And moreover, according to the Sage Encyclopedia LGBTQ Studies in 2016, the Bismarck model is an insurance system where all employers and employees contribute to healthcare through payroll taxes, and the government fills the gap for the unemployed and the retired. In addition to that, the government also plays a crucial role in controlling the price of the medicine, because some insurance companies like to seek profit, and it's not legal. Countries that would use this model would be Germany, Switzerland, Belgium, and Japan. And the Bismarck model compared to the beverage model is a little bit more expensive, but consumers are more happy with the treatment because they get more choices as they're publicly available as well. And this is a chart of like, I know this is a lot to look, but mainly focus on the average SSH. SSH is, it stands for the Bismarck one, and the NHS is the beverage one. It's the one where like every income tax is done, and for the other one, it's like the employer and the employees. And this chart is about how a person spends how much money on the time period. So if it's more, they're spending more, and we can see that the SSH it's obviously higher, so it's more expensive to maintain, I guess. And for the red one, it's lower. Yeah. So now that I've talked, now that I've talked about the Bismarck model, I'd like to talk about the National Health Insurance model. The National Health Insurance model is a combination of both the beverage model and the Bismarck model. It takes the funding of the government, which is like the beverage, and it provides services through private services. So it's similar to the Bismarck model. According to the Sage Encyclopedia of LGBTQ Studies in 2016, the system uses a single government-run health insurance provider and relies on the private sector to give care. This means that the government fundamentally funds everything, and hospitals and clinics are owned privately and operated privately. The model is good for costs being affordable, and it results in happier patients due to more choices, but they're affordable. The disadvantages would be that they have long wait times, more than up to 50 days for Canada and other countries. And for the budget, they also run low on budget, since it's also fundamentally funded by the government. In conclusion, we have learned that the beverage model that is funded directly by the income tax, and the Bismarck model that is funded by insurance payments from employees and the employers, and also the government. And lastly, the National Health Insurance model, which is funded by the government, and the services are executed in the Bismarck model way. Yeah. Healthcare is an incredible important topic, and its structure is something that we must be educated on, as each model has its own advantages and disadvantages. And by understanding those values, we can gain a deeper appreciation and valuable insight for the systems that are in place today around us. Thank you.